So everybody loves order of operations, right? That's the topic of our video today. We'll do a quick review of some of the finer points in case you've forgotten them. First of all, order of operations is used to simplify expressions. When we simplify an expression, we take a problem like this one, which has no equal signs in it, and we do as many mathematical operations on it as we can to make it as simple as possible, because simpler things are easier to deal with than complicated things. So the catch is, when you look at 7 plus 2 times 15 minus 6, you can't just do anything you want. There's a specific order that you have to do things like add, subtract, and multiply, the operations that come up in this problem. So you probably remember from times gone by that order of operation goes like this. The abbreviation is PEMDAS, and that stands for you do anything in parentheses first, then you check out the exponents, then you go to multiplication and division. And multiplication and division, you do these in order from left to right. And then once you're done with your multiplication and division, you can head down to addition and subtraction, which you also do in order from left to right. To remember that PEMDAS order, a lot of people say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. There's Sally right there. She's pretty great. So, using please excuse my dear Aunt Sally or PEMDAS, let's do these problems. So the P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. So that means that in number 1, we need to look for parentheses first. So I see some parentheses right here. So I'm going to rewrite what I have, 7 plus 2, but then I'm going to do what is in parentheses. And so in parentheses is 15 minus 6. That's 9. Now I don't see any exponents, so I don't have to worry about the exponents. So parentheses are done, exponents are done. There's no division, but there is some multiplication. So the multiplication is the 2 times 9. So what I'm going to do is say 7 plus 18. And so now I have my M done. And now I need to do addition and subtraction in order from left to right. And that's easy. 7 plus 18 is 25, and we are done. We have the addition, no subtraction. Now I'm going to move to number 2. In number 2, I look for parentheses, and I don't find any, so I don't have to worry about that. So then I look for exponents, and I see that I have a 3 to the second power. So that's what I have to do first. So 3 to the second power, 3 squared, means 3 times 3, so that's 9. And then I'm going to rewrite the rest of the problem. 7 times 9 minus 20 plus 1. Now I need to do multiplication and division. So 7 times 9 is 63 minus 20 plus 1. And now I need to do addition and subtraction in order from left to right. So 63 minus 20 gives me 43 plus 1. And 43 plus 1 gives me 44, which is the answer to my problem. Big recommendation before we move on, always write out every single step that you do. If you try to do a bunch of steps at once, you will make a mistake. This is a way to get around it. Before we finish up, I've got a little bit more to say about parentheses. In the world of math, parentheses are called grouping symbols because they group operations together and help tell what order to do them in. However, parentheses aren't the only things that can do this. There are 2 other kinds. One of them you can see in problem number 3. There are these brackets. And brackets are basically just another shape of parentheses. So when you do a problem like number 3 with brackets and you go to the first step, which is parentheses, you think of the brackets in the same way. So we're going to go inside the brackets. But inside the brackets there are parentheses as well, so we need to go first to this set of parentheses right here to start our problem. So I'm going to rewrite the line, except when I get to the parentheses I'm going to start doing order of operations in here. We've got multiplication and subtraction, so the multiplication comes first, so that's 4 minus 3. And now I need to finish the work on that parentheses, so I'm recopying everything else. 4 minus 3 is 1. Now I'm still on this parentheses step, but I'm inside the brackets instead. So I'm going to do 3 times, and then in here I have to do the multiplication, the 5 times 1. So I've got 5 plus 5. Then I'm still going into those brackets, so I'm going to have 3 times 10, and 3 times 10 equals 30, which is our final simplified answer. Another symbol that groups is the fraction bar, which we see in problem 4. Fraction bars group by telling you to do all of the operations on top and then all of the operations on the bottom before you divide, which is what you do in a fraction. So to do this problem, first we would do 11 plus 3 on the top, which is 14, and then on the bottom, 2 minus 4. And remember, that's really 2 plus negative 4. Opposite signs, so we subtract 2 from 4 and get 2. 4 has the bigger sign, so our answer is negative. To finish the problem, we remember that the division bar means to divide. So we divide 14 by negative 2. They have opposite signs, so our answer is negative, and 14 divided by 2 is negative 7, and we're done.